To each of you there goes a warm and confident greeting from the Council. The warmth of satisfaction that comes when a look backward, invited by an anniversary, shows great strides from small beginnings, confidence in the future because of what the past proves. Happy 75th anniversary to the Mu Delta chapter of Chi Omega fraternity. Like the Psi chapter at the University of Arkansas in 1895, Mu Delta also sprang from small beginnings. Psi chapter of Chi Omega grew out of a local sorority, Omega Kappa Kappa, and Mu Delta out of a local sorority, Delta Kappa. On April 17, 1916, 8 young college co-eds founded a local sorority on the campus of Bradley Polytechnic Institute. Bradley was only 19 years into its establishment at the time. The women were Miriam Leah Horowitz, Helen Lang, Gladys Goodwin Pratt, Mary Jo Vandenberg, June Mildred Keller, Josephine K. Miles, Bernadette Marie Ryan, and Frances Bessie Wood. The group of 8 decided the sorority shall be Delta Kappa, and the letters DK shall stand for the Greek words. Their motto would be Decium Estius Hae Kotuxa, meaning a pledge of friendship is a vow. The object of Delta Kappa shall be to promote social and charitable activities under an organized hand. The Cecil Brenner rose was selected as the sorority flower, and pink and gray for the colors. Miss Clara Bell was chosen as faculty advisor for a period of 2 years, and the monthly dues for Delta Kappa were 50 cents. Josephine Miles was elected their first president. The Constitution and ritual were decided upon and written into the Delta Kappa book. Josephine Miles entered Bradley Polytechnic Institute in 1915 as a freshman. Like many young women of the time, she kept a memory book. In her memory book from 1915, she records her life on campus, which included the founding of Delta Kappa. Josephine also recorded her travels to Boulder, Colorado, to visit family, where she attended several Chi Omega parties and functions. For 31 years, the local sorority existed on the campus of what had now become Bradley University. In November of 1946, the Delta Kappa women decided they would seek to petition national fraternal organizations. Some of the DKs had been members of nationals when attending other schools. Each one gave a description of her own sorority. A secret ballot was taken to determine which national the girls would petition.
Some of our members had gone to Bradley to begin with and joined Delta Kappa, but they had then gone to bigger universities and gotten into the national sororities. But we liked Chi Omega, and we had Alice Marie Oakley was active in that, and Viola Pfeffinger, and others too. But that's what we chose.
Chi Omega was chosen, and Alice Marie Oakley, a member of Chi Omega, was asked to contact the national fraternity about any interest they might have in establishing a chapter at Bradley University and how soon it could be realized. 2 other local sororities on Bradley's campus, Lambda Phi, which would become Pi Beta Phi, and Sigma Chi Gamma, which would become Sigma Kappa, were also exploring the process of becoming a national fraternity. The women of Delta Kappa wanted to be the first, so the race was on.
It was an interesting time in my life, and I enjoyed the 4 years at Bradley. Every one of them was busy, and of course this was exciting when we would become national, and it was very important to us to be the first on campus to become national. And at that time that was just vital, and we were very pleased about it when it occurred.
Letters were exchanged between Alice Marie Oakley and the National Office of Chi Omega. Claudine Mason, Chi Omega National Alumni Officer, responded to Alice. My dear Alice, your news sounded good today, and I certainly trust you have put it over. Certainly the group should choose as fine a national as there is, and our standards, nationally and in the other chapters here in Illinois, are second to none. Your fine group of alumni in Peoria is a strong factor for their consideration. It will be much to the advantage of this group in years to come to have been the first group to be established on the campus. I hope this will be possible if they decide to formally petition Chi Omega. If I can be of any help, please phone, and in any case, let me know how the situation progresses. Hurriedly, Claudine Mason. Alice Oakley and then Chi Omega National President Mary Love Collins began exchanging letters. In an excerpt from one of the letters dated November 25, 1946, Mary Love Collins states, "As you know, we rejected a group at Bradley that petitioned us several years ago, but Delta Kappa has been very highly spoken of by various alumni, so it rests rather much with you whether or not a petition is secured from Delta Kappa. There is a great drive on by various nationals to get chapters. If it were known that we were interested, then there would be vigorous efforts on the parts of the others, so the situation calls for great skill on your part. We try to keep very quiet about petitions." The women of Delta Kappa were sworn to secrecy and told boyfriends or parents could know nothing of what they were planning. News came in a handwritten letter from Mary Love Collins to Alice dated January 30th, 1947. "Dear Alice, at council meeting, we took all necessary steps and additional information went to members on receipt of petition. Favorable vote has been taken, so we can set promptly now the date. What do you suggest as a date? If we set a date, President Owen might see that no group enters prior thereto. There was a Bradley basketball game at the Armory on the day the girls were to find out if their petition was accepted. Alice Marie told the girls she would page their advisor, Miss Hossafras, over the loudspeaker at the game if they were accepted by Chi Omega. When this was done, the girls knew they were to head to the house immediately after the game. When the girls arrived at the house, Alice Marie was on the phone and shared the acceptance from Chi Omega and told the girls the initiation date would be February 14th. On Friday, February 14, 1947, the women of Delta Kappa sang one last DK song and put their pins away. With the help of the Xi chapter of Chi Omega at Northwestern University and Omicron chapter at the University of Illinois, they were initiated into Chi Omega.
We were Delta Kappa pledges, and when we went active, we were Chi Omega.
Of the 63 women initiated that day, 2 were founding members of Delta Kappa in 1916, June Keller Grimes and Bernadette Ryan Gorman. The installation of the Bradley chapter was the first after Chi Omega celebrated their 50th anniversary, making it the 99th chapter of the national organization. A banquet was held at 6 p.m. in the Pere Marquette Ballroom on Sunday, February 16th. Over 300 people were in attendance to celebrate. The ballroom was decorated in cardinal and straw, the colors of Chi Omega. The audience sang the Star-Spangled Banner. The invocation was given by Bishop William L. Essex. Alice Marie Oakley was the toast mistress. DK alum Evelyn O'Brien Langston played the piano for dinner music. Mrs. Langston, Bradley class of 1926, would be initiated into Chi Omega May 6, 1947. "Our baby has grown up and married," said Mary Jo Vandenberg Morgan, one of the founders of Delta Kappa, in her address at the formal banquet. In attendance with her was DK founder Bernadette Ryan Gorman, both Bradley class of 1917. Many prominent citizens were present to extend their congratulations to the group. President Owen declared, "The coming of the first National Greek Women's Organization was yet another milestone in the progress of Bradley as an accredited, fast-growing university." He expressed gratification to Chi Omega and to those interested Peorians who had aided in the installation. He viewed the future with optimism and said he noted the installation as yet another proof of the broadening tie between Peoria and Bradley. Chi Omega National Vice President Elizabeth Dyer bespoke the gratification of her group at the interest of the community, as exemplified by the splendid outpouring of businesses, industrial, and professional leaders at the speakers' table. She recounted the aims and purposes of Chi Omega from the days of its founding, noted the purpose of sororities in modern college days, and told of the various national purposes of Chi Omega, among them stimulation of women's thinking and service in the social scenes through the establishments of more than $50,000 annually awarded for outstanding accomplishments and the National Achievement Award awarded to the most distinguished women in American contemporary life. "We are proud to come to your fine community and university," she said. Chi Omega is certain that Mu Delta chapter will grow and flourish and serve in such a way that we shall even be prouder.
Well, I think most of my friends are still Chi Omegas. We've, kept in touch, even those that are out of town.
Well, I've enjoyed many friendships and outings and just appreciate the organization very much.
It's all the friends that stayed in town or at least came to our alumni meetings for so many years. Also, I was on house corps for about 15 years, so I never really felt away from Chi Omega.
And I moved away right after graduation and only had little time to come back. And when I did, it was always to see the very close girls who were in Chi Omega with me and their husbands. We all met on campus. We married soon after we graduated and stayed a real tight group. And I look forward to that a great deal.
These friendships last.